Hi viewers, this is Suman Kumar. Welcome to my channel Recruiting and Sales Tribe. Today's topic is candidate control. So in recruiting, candidate control is a very important aspect. All right. So I hope you heard about it, and if not, I am sure you are going to hear sooner or later in your journey. All right. So candidate control comes in when you get an interview request, candidate accepting it and accepting the offer. All right, candidate accepting the interview, completing it, and accepting the offer. So this is a process. So if it happens properly, if everything falls in place, you will end up with the placement, company is going to make money, and you are going to make your commission. All right, so sometimes it happens smoothly, sometimes it won't. When it won't happen, then the question of candidate control comes in, and the whole responsibility comes to the recruiter. Where did things go wrong? How did not this thing happen? What you could have done better? All right, all these questions comes up. So I have 9 points. I have summarized in 9 points, very important. Those are from my own learnings and experience. I'm sure those are going to helpful in your when you talk to a candidate during the interview schedule. So before we jump into the next level of our video, please grab a pen and paper and listen carefully. So what are those 9, and make a note of it and implement it in your when you need to talk to a candidate. So first comes in real-time updates. What do I mean real-time updates? So when you talk to a candidate, before calling the candidate, make sure that you have the resume handy, you have the job description handy, you have the right contact number, you understand the name, you have the right name, you have the time zone, and the first and foremost thing apart from these are what is the current climate of that particular position, how the geography is, if there are any recent events are going on or something has happened before, or is there any natural calamities that strike that, or any disaster is going on. So having up to date with these information is going to help you long way. You can Google it, all the information, you'll get it. And second thing is having a plan B all the time. Plan B is when you talk to a candidate, check with him regarding the interview, how that person is going to travel during the interview and after getting the offer. So is it going to be with his own transportation, or he is going to use a public transportation metro, or he has a friend that he'll travel, or anything else. So why it is very important to ask the candidate the mode he or she is going to prefer for the daily commute is, this will give you an idea, and it will help you to be prepared with a plan B when things don't go as planned. Let's say candidate planned for the interview tomorrow, and today and in the morning he found his car is not working good. So what is the plan B? So you both should not be sitting and thinking what you can do, but you can suggest, you could able to be in a situation that you can suggest properly that, hey, you can take Uber, or as we discussed, you can go with your metro or any other transportation that you had in your plan B. And a third primary point is, that is the very important that you need to remember at the time of rate negotiation as well, because that may going to change the whole game altogether. That is the toll gates. All right, the toll gates that we see that we need to pay in the highways. So in US, there are most of the roads the candidates needs to travel that they have to pay toll taxes, the toll fee, maybe inward, outward tolls they have to pay. So when you are confirming the rate, check with the candidate that they are aware of there's a toll gates the candidate has to pass, or there's a free road, freeway that there's no toll gates. And do refer to a Google Map, MapQuest, or any other online maps that you think are good, and take a screenshot of it and send it across to the candidate, so that you both will be in the same page that yes, this is the particular direction you're talking about that candidate is going to travel, and candidate ensures that yes, this is what the route he is going to take, and there's no toll gate, and the candidate is confirming the rate, understanding that there is no toll gates, or if at all the candidate is aware of the toll gates, the rate is that is what you both are confirmed. It is better to reconfirm during the interview stage as well. And for local candidates who would like to travel by their own, please have the parking details handy, because some areas where the client has free parking for their employees, and some area there is a paid parking for daily parking, monthly parking. The candidate has to pay or take a pass, or there is a parking available where the candidate has to walk at least a mile or two. So this information is going to helpful while scheduling the interview. And the fifth point is exact work location. All right, so sometimes the work location is different from the interview location, so it may mislead, or the miscommunication may lead to interview decline or no show if you won't confirm the exact location of the interview. So it's always better to check with your account managers or client relations that the interview location and the work location are same or the different, and share the map, location details, direction, and let the candidate know this is what the interview location is going to be. So at the same time, do let them know if they are traveling by their own transportation, how they are going to manage the car, the parking stuff there. All right, so there is another sixth point that we come up that we see for the relocation candidates. There are people who would like to relocate or travel. All right, travel in the sense 5 days they work and in the weekends they go back home. Okay, so when these kind of candidates are interviewing in person or over the phone, then after the offer they need to come to the client location on site. You better to have the information of the apartments, the shelters, the paid shelters, the lodges the candidate has to pay, or if you have any corporate plan that you have enrolled to any shelters providers, or if you have any previous candidates that they're working, they can assist the candidate to rent one for the contract duration. So that information is going to help you and even the candidate to go to the client location for the interview or during the phone call to finish the interview peacefully without any tension that how he is going to take care or handle the shelter after he gets the offer. All right, and the seventh part is very important. This is about any contingent offer or any interviews that's going on at this point of time when your interview request come in. So candidate might be working with some other clients positions that might have on the stage of offer, but you are trying to schedule an interview, and during that time candidate says that yes, I'm interested in the job, but when the offer comes in, he may ponder upon which position he is going to take or she is going to take, which is better, is the rate or the client or location or so many aspects before the candidate takes a career decision. So it is better to have a very transparent communication between you and your candidate, that where the candidate stands is that there is no interviews, this is the only interview, and what is the interest level that you need to gauge. I'm going to explain you in my future videos that about the communication and gauging interest, how you can understand and get a feel that yes, this candidate is genuine or it's reliable. So that's a whole different story again. So here, do check about the contingent offers interview stage so that you could able to let your client know, so the real scenario of the candidate, where he stands, that may help you expedite the process. Okay, if client doesn't go faster, then everyone will lose the candidate. All right, so that is the seventh. Eighth part is that is the part. This is one of the cases when we lost a very good placement, is the house lease. All right. So in US, and you are bringing people from another state to a different location, so they might be renting somewhere and they might have leased the house for a certain period of time, and the agreement, according to the agreement, they cannot break the lease before its end, before its expiry. So when you talk to a candidate who is in a relocation case, ask them that, hey, are you leasing your apartment? Are you in a lease that, so since this project is going to start next month, so if you have any lease agreements, that won't allow you to vacate the home. So are you sure that any lease agreement, any sort of things that is not going to hinder you to take this position? So that will help you understand what is the current situation of the candidate. All right. And last point is the family of the candidate. All right. In US, husband and wife, they discuss with each other before confirming in anything else. So when it comes to the job, if the candidate has to work, it has to be approved, pre-approved by the spouse. All right. If it is the wife, they'll discuss, and that has to be approved by the husband. So when you talk to the candidate, discuss in such a manner that, hey, you are coming for an interview for this position, this particular client, and the rate is this, and you have to travel these many hours or minutes to this location, and I hope your spouse is okay with it. And you got a chance to discuss that with your family member who can take part in taking decision of your in your career decisions, and so that will let you know whether this could be a final surprises may come in future or not. If this person is single and staying individual, that's not a problem. He can take his or her own decision. So in case of family members, make sure that candidate is aware of the job location. At the same time, the spouses also of the candidate, I'm saying the spouse of the candidate also aware of the job and everything. All right. So these are the 9 points that I have got, and I may elaborate more when I prepare my next videos. So these are the points you should remember when you are scheduling an interview. Thank you very much for watching me. And if you have any questions, any queries, feel free to reach out to me, and share this video, like it, and do comment it. And I would love to hear more from you, any questions that I may help you. Thank you very much. This is Suman Kumar.